Attention everyone over 60. I need you to listen closely. What I'm about to share could literally change your life. We live in a world where food is everywhere, seemingly harmless, but some everyday choices can silently wreak havoc on your health. Today, I want to talk about one seemingly ordinary vegetable, something many of us eat without thinking, that could dramatically increase your risk of stroke overnight. You might be wondering, how can a vegetable, something healthy, be dangerous? It's true that most vegetables are packed with vitamins and fiber, but some contain substances that, when consumed in excess or in certain forms, can spike blood pressure, affect clotting, or trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals. For someone over 60, whose arteries may already be under stress, this can be enough to tip the balance and create a serious medical emergency. Here's the reality. Stroke doesn't always come with warning signs. It can happen suddenly, and the damage can be life-changing or even life-ending. That's why understanding the hidden risks in your diet isn't just helpful, it's essential. Small, seemingly harmless choices can have immediate consequences. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about taking control of your health before it's too late. So, what can you do? First, awareness is everything. Educate yourself about what you eat. Even foods labeled as healthy or natural can carry risks under certain circumstances. Second, moderation is key. Avoid over-consuming any food that may affect your blood pressure, sugar levels, or clotting tendencies. Third, check in regularly with your healthcare provider. Simple tests, blood pressure monitoring, and discussions about diet can help prevent a stroke before it ever happens. Remember, your body doesn't forget. Every meal, every choice, every habit adds up. Over 60%, your body is more vulnerable, but it's also more capable of responding to intentional, mindful decisions. By avoiding high-risk foods and adopting safer alternatives, you're not just reducing your stroke risk, you're reclaiming control over your life and longevity. Take this seriously. Make small, deliberate changes today. One vegetable might seem insignificant, but knowledge is power and action is life-saving. Protect your heart, your brain, and your independence. Avoid the hidden dangers in your diet and prioritize choices that support your long-term health. Your future self will thank you. When we think about our diet, we often focus on the foods we need to include: vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins. We assume that what's labeled as healthy is automatically safe for our bodies, especially as we age. But the truth is far more nuanced. Some foods that seem harmless, even beneficial, can carry hidden risks, particularly for individuals over the age of 60. Among these, certain everyday vegetables have been found to have effects on the body that may unexpectedly increase the risk of stroke. This is not about demonizing vegetables or creating fear. It is about understanding that the body changes as we age and that our nutritional choices need to reflect those changes. As we grow older, our cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive. Arteries may stiffen, blood pressure can rise, and the body's ability to regulate clotting and inflammation can become less efficient. In this context, certain compounds found in some vegetables can create stress on the system, leading to sudden spikes in blood pressure or affecting the balance of clotting factors in the bloodstream. For most younger individuals, these effects may be minimal or barely noticeable, but for someone over 60, even small disruptions can have outsized consequences. A vegetable that seems ordinary on the plate can, in some cases, be enough to tip the balance toward a dangerous medical event. It is also important to understand that these risks often occur silently. Unlike a broken bone or an injury, the effects of a dietary trigger on the cardiovascular system are invisible. You won't feel the damage building, and in many cases, the first sign of trouble is a stroke. This is why awareness is not optional, it is essential. Being informed about how certain foods interact with your body allows you to make deliberate, life-preserving choices. Knowledge becomes a shield, helping you navigate the complex world of nutrition in a way that protects your health rather than jeopardizes it. Moreover, the idea of hidden risk highlights the broader reality of aging. Our bodies are less resilient than they once were. What might have been a negligible effect at age 40 can become significant at 60 or beyond. This is not to say that vegetables or other plant-based foods are inherently bad. Rather, it emphasizes the importance of context. Portion sizes, frequency of consumption, and individual health conditions all matter. One serving of a risky vegetable may be harmless, but repeated exposure combined with pre-existing conditions like high blood pressure or arterial stiffness can accumulate into a real threat. Finally, understanding hidden risks encourages proactive engagement with your health. It's an invitation to pay attention to labels, to diversify your diet, and to discuss your choices with healthcare professionals. By acknowledging that not every healthy food is universally safe, you empower yourself to create a diet tailored to your body's current needs. This approach is not restrictive, it is protective, ensuring that the foods you enjoy support long-term well-being rather than posing an unexpected danger. Being mindful of hidden dietary risks is a vital step toward preventing serious health events like strokes. It transforms everyday meals into acts of self-care and vigilance, and it reinforces the idea that knowledge and action are the most powerful tools you have to safeguard your health after 60. By taking this seriously and making informed choices, you can continue to enjoy nutritious foods while minimizing risks and protecting your heart and brain for the years ahead. One of the most alarming realities about stroke is how suddenly it can strike. Unlike many health issues that develop gradually, stroke often comes without warning, leaving individuals and their loved ones stunned and unprepared. This sudden onset is what makes dietary awareness so critical, particularly for those over 60. Every decision you make regarding what you eat has the potential to influence your risk, and the consequences can be immediate. The body of someone in this age group is less resilient, and small triggers that may have been insignificant earlier in life can now have dramatic effects. A single meal containing the wrong combination of compounds could, in extreme cases, precipitate a stroke within a very short time frame. Understanding this reality is not meant to scare. It is meant to highlight the urgency of attention. The idea that stroke can occur overnight underscores the importance of being proactive rather than reactive. Waiting for symptoms to appear or assuming that nothing will happen today is a dangerous gamble. High blood pressure, arterial inflammation, and blood clotting irregularities may exist silently for months or years, but when the right trigger occurs, whether it's a particular vegetable, excessive sodium, or other dietary factor, the result can be immediate and severe. The rapidity with which stroke can occur is what makes preventive strategies so essential. Another aspect to consider is how subtle the warning signs of stroke can be, if they appear at all. Many people do not experience the dramatic symptoms often depicted in media. Some strokes begin with mild dizziness, brief vision changes, or temporary weakness that may pass within minutes. These fleeting signs can easily be dismissed, yet they are crucial indicators of underlying vascular stress. For someone over 60, ignoring these signals can be costly. By understanding that certain foods and lifestyle choices can act as triggers, individuals can take preventive measures before any symptoms manifest. Awareness and preemptive action are far more effective than trying to react once a stroke has already begun. The sudden nature of stroke also emphasizes the importance of routine monitoring. Regular blood pressure checks, cholesterol testing, and discussions with healthcare providers are not merely formalities, they are lifelines. They provide critical insight into how the body is responding to dietary and lifestyle habits. When combined with informed dietary choices, this monitoring creates a safety net, allowing seniors to reduce their risk of sudden, catastrophic events. It is the combination of vigilance, knowledge, and consistent action that provides the most effective protection against stroke. Finally, the idea of sudden risk highlights the broader theme of personal responsibility and empowerment. As we age, we may feel that our bodies are simply slowing down and that health issues are inevitable. But the truth is that many risks, including those triggered by diet, are preventable. By understanding the immediacy of stroke risk and the potential role of seemingly harmless foods, individuals over 60 can take control of their health in a very real, tangible way. Every meal becomes an opportunity to protect the heart and brain, and every mindful choice strengthens resilience against sudden, life-altering events. Recognizing that stroke can occur abruptly reinforces the need for action today, not tomorrow. Awareness, careful monitoring, and informed dietary choices are not optional. They are essential tools in preserving health and independence. By respecting the suddenness of stroke risk, seniors can transform their daily habits into a proactive defense, significantly reducing the likelihood of experiencing a devastating event. Knowledge, vigilance, and deliberate action are the keys to preventing stroke before it ever has a chance to strike. As we age, the impact of everyday choices on our health becomes increasingly significant, and nowhere is this more apparent than in cardiovascular health. For individuals over 60, the body is not as resilient as it once was. Arteries stiffen, blood vessels become less flexible, and the regulatory systems that keep blood pressure and clotting in balance can weaken. These changes make the cardiovascular system far more vulnerable to external triggers, including certain foods that might otherwise be harmless in younger years. This is why age itself is a critical factor in understanding stroke risk and why over 60 seconds must approach their diet with heightened awareness. When arteries are less elastic, blood flow is less smooth, and sudden changes in pressure or clotting can have amplified effects. A vegetable that is rich in potassium or other compounds might typically benefit heart health in moderation, but under certain circumstances, it could contribute to a rapid spike in blood pressure or interact with medications in ways that elevate stroke risk. Over time, the cumulative effect of these subtle imbalances can create a scenario where a stroke becomes much more likely. Aging does not just slow the body, it changes the way the body reacts to everyday inputs, making dietary vigilance not a choice, but a necessity. The aging cardiovascular system also has a reduced capacity to recover from stress. When a sudden trigger occurs, whether from diet, stress, or other environmental factors, the heart and brain may not respond as effectively as they once did. This lack of resilience means that events like stroke are not just more likely, they can also be more severe. Understanding this vulnerability reframes how seniors should approach their daily habits. It is not a matter of fear, but of informed caution. Knowing which foods could exacerbate risk allows older adults to make choices that protect their health rather than compromise it. Moreover, the sensitivity of the aging body underscores the importance of personalization. Not all individuals over 60 will react the same way to the same foods, and genetic, medical, and lifestyle factors all play a role. Some seniors may tolerate a particular vegetable without issue, while others may experience a dangerous spike in blood pressure or clotting risk. This variability makes it essential to combine general dietary guidelines with personal monitoring. Regular health checkups, discussions with healthcare providers, and even simple self-monitoring like tracking blood pressure after meals can provide insights that allow seniors to tailor their diets safely. It is also worth noting that vulnerability does not mean inevitability. While the body may be more susceptible to triggers, awareness and deliberate action can dramatically reduce risk. Choosing alternative foods, moderating portions, and maintaining overall cardiovascular health through exercise, hydration, and medication adherence create multiple layers of protection. Each step taken is a reinforcement of resilience, counteracting the natural vulnerabilities that come with age. Finally, recognizing the heightened risk for those over 60 empowers individuals to take control. Aging is not a passive process. It is a stage of life where conscious decisions carry more weight than ever. By understanding how the body reacts differently after 60, seniors can approach every meal, snack, and lifestyle choice as an opportunity to protect their heart and brain. The knowledge of increased vulnerability transforms into proactive behavior, reducing the likelihood of sudden, life-altering events and preserving independence, quality of life, and peace of mind. The key takeaway is clear: age changes the rules of the game. Foods and habits that once seemed harmless may now carry hidden risks, and awareness is the first step in safeguarding health. Over 60, understanding the body's vulnerabilities is not optional, it is essential. With informed choices and deliberate actions, seniors can minimize stroke risk, strengthen their cardiovascular system, and ensure that their later years are lived with vitality, control, and confidence. Awareness is the cornerstone of prevention, and when it comes to health after 60, knowledge truly becomes power. Many people underestimate the role that information plays in protecting their bodies. It's easy to assume that if something is sold in stores or considered healthy, it must be safe. But the reality is far more complex. Awareness isn't just about knowing what foods are risky. It's about understanding how your body interacts with what you consume and using that knowledge to make informed, deliberate choices. Every decision you make can either increase your vulnerability or strengthen your defenses against stroke and other cardiovascular issues. Being aware means paying attention to both the obvious and the hidden factors in your diet. Some risks are well known. Excessive salt, sugar, or unhealthy fats can contribute to high blood pressure and vascular inflammation. But other risks are less visible, such as specific compounds in everyday vegetables or how certain foods interact with medications you may be taking. For seniors, these hidden interactions can have amplified effects, and understanding them is crucial. Knowledge allows you to avoid surprises and take control of your health proactively rather than reacting after a crisis occurs. Awareness also encourages mindfulness in eating. Mindful eating isn't just about savoring flavors, it's about understanding portions, combinations, and timing. Over 60, your metabolism and cardiovascular system respond differently than they did in earlier decades. Foods that were once innocuous can now trigger subtle changes in blood pressure, inflammation, or clotting factors. By being attentive to these changes, seniors can adjust their diets and avoid potential triggers before they escalate into serious health issues. This level of awareness transforms daily meals into deliberate actions that protect your heart and brain rather than leaving your health to chance. Equally important is understanding your personal health profile. Awareness isn't only general, it is deeply individual. Each person has unique risk factors, from family history and pre-existing conditions to medication interactions and lifestyle habits. Paying attention to your own body and how it responds to certain foods is a critical part of prevention. Simple practices like tracking blood pressure after meals or noting how you feel after consuming specific foods can reveal patterns that guide safer dietary choices. When awareness is combined with observation, it becomes actionable intelligence that empowers you to live safely and confidently. Another dimension of awareness is education. Learning about stroke risk, the effects of diet on the cardiovascular system, and strategies to maintain health after 60 equips you to make decisions grounded in science rather than assumption. It is also a reminder that health is not passive. Aging doesn't mean giving up control. It means taking responsibility with clarity and intention. By seeking knowledge and applying it consistently, seniors can prevent avoidable risks and maintain vitality well into their later years. Finally, awareness encourages action. Knowledge alone is not enough. It must be paired with behavior. Avoiding high-risk foods, moderating portions, staying hydrated, exercising, and consulting healthcare providers are all extensions of awareness. Each informed choice reinforces the body's defenses and reduces the likelihood of sudden, life-altering events like stroke. Over 60, being aware transforms your approach to life. It changes how you eat, move, and prioritize health. Awareness is not a burden, it is a tool of empowerment, giving you the insight and foresight to protect your most precious assets, your heart, brain, and independence. In the end, awareness turns uncertainty into confidence. It allows you to navigate the complexities of diet and health with precision, make decisions that matter, and avoid the hidden dangers that could compromise your well-being. For seniors, this level of conscious engagement with health is not optional. It is essential. With knowledge and vigilance, every meal, every habit, and every choice becomes an opportunity to safeguard your life and enjoy the golden years with security, vitality, and peace of mind. Taking action is where knowledge transforms into protection. Awareness alone is not enough. Understanding the risks associated with certain foods or habits only becomes valuable when it is paired with concrete steps to reduce danger. For individuals over 60, this principle is particularly important because the margin for error is smaller. Small, deliberate actions, choosing safer foods, moderating portions, and maintaining regular health checkups can have an outsized impact on preventing stroke and maintaining long-term health. Each choice you make becomes a building block for resilience, directly influencing the strength and stability of your heart and brain. Action begins with assessing your current habits. Many seniors have routines shaped over decades, from the foods they buy to how they prepare meals. Identifying potential risk factors in these habits is the first step toward change. It may be as simple as recognizing that a commonly eaten vegetable, while seemingly healthy, has properties that could spike blood pressure or interact with medications. By acknowledging these risks, you can adjust your diet to reduce exposure and choose alternatives that provide nutrients without the associated dangers. The key is not to eliminate nutrition, but to make choices that are smart and safe for your age and health profile. Beyond diet, action involves regular monitoring and preventive care. Routine checkups, blood pressure monitoring, and consultations with healthcare providers give valuable insight into how your body is responding to your lifestyle choices. These actions allow you to catch warning signs early and adjust your behavior before a minor imbalance becomes a serious medical event. This proactive approach is far more effective than reacting after a stroke or cardiovascular crisis has occurred. Seniors who take these steps demonstrate control over their health, rather than leaving it to chance. Consistency is another vital component of effective action. Sporadic attention to diet or health habits will not provide meaningful protection. Developing structured routines, like checking your blood pressure at the same time daily, planning meals to avoid high-risk foods, and integrating moderate exercise, creates stability in your body's systems. Consistency reduces stress on the cardiovascular system and reinforces positive habits, gradually lowering stroke risk over time. These small but steady actions accumulate into significant long-term benefits. Action also includes adapting to new information. Health research evolves constantly, and what is considered safe or risky can change as we learn more. Being willing to adjust habits based on the latest evidence is a hallmark of an empowered individual. For seniors, this might mean altering the frequency of certain vegetables, adopting new cooking methods, or incorporating specific foods that promote vascular health. Flexibility combined with vigilance ensures that preventive measures remain effective and tailored to your current needs. Finally, taking action empowers not only the body but the mind. There is psychological strength in knowing that you are actively protecting your health. For those over 60, this empowerment translates into confidence, independence, and a sense of control over life's uncertainties. Every conscious choice, whether it is avoiding a high-risk vegetable, monitoring your blood pressure, or consulting a doctor about diet, reinforces your ability to prevent stroke and maintain quality of life. Action is where knowledge and awareness meet determination, creating a shield that safeguards both the heart and brain. By turning understanding into deliberate steps, seniors can dramatically reduce the risk of stroke, maintain independence, and enjoy life with greater security and vitality. Action is not simply about avoiding harm, it is about actively cultivating health, strength, and resilience. In the end, the decisions you make each day have the power to protect your future, ensuring that your later years are not defined by sudden medical crises, but by the choices you've made to preserve your life, health, and peace of mind. Empowerment through choice is the ultimate goal of all preventive health measures, especially for those over 60. At this stage in life, every decision, from diet to lifestyle habits, carries significant weight. The good news is that seniors possess a remarkable ability to influence their own health outcomes through conscious, deliberate choices. Understanding the risks associated with certain foods, particularly those that could elevate stroke risk, is only the beginning. The real power lies in translating that understanding into consistent action, creating a sense of control that can dramatically improve both quality and longevity of life. Choice begins with knowledge. Being aware of which foods pose potential risks allows individuals to make informed decisions about what they put on their plates. This is not about fear or restriction. It is about clarity and intentionality. For example, a vegetable that is generally considered healthy may, under certain circumstances, contribute to a sudden spike in blood pressure or interact with medications in ways that increase stroke risk. By recognizing this, seniors can choose alternatives or adjust portion sizes to enjoy the benefits of nutrition without exposing themselves to danger. Every conscious choice is a step toward empowerment, giving individuals a sense of mastery over their own health. Empowerment, also comes from understanding the body's signals. After 60, the body becomes more sensitive to changes in diet, activity, and overall lifestyle. Paying attention to subtle cues, such as fluctuations in blood pressure, energy levels, or circulation, enables proactive adjustments before a minor imbalance turns into a major health event. When seniors learn to interpret and respond to these signals, they gain confidence in their ability to protect themselves, reducing anxiety and increasing their sense of control over everyday life. Another critical aspect of empowerment through choice is the adoption of preventive routines. Consistently monitoring health, planning balanced meals, staying active, and consulting healthcare providers are all expressions of taking charge. These actions reinforce the understanding that age does not mean helplessness, rather, it is an opportunity to prioritize health with intention. By integrating these habits into daily life, seniors create a safety net that mitigates risks and enhances overall well-being. Each deliberate action becomes a tangible demonstration of autonomy, showing that health outcomes are not purely left to chance. Equally important is the psychological benefit of empowerment. Making informed, intentional choices fosters a sense of agency, reducing the feeling of vulnerability that often accompanies aging. Knowing that you can influence your stroke risk, maintain cardiovascular health, and protect your independence cultivates confidence and resilience. This mental strength translates into physical benefits as well, as stress reduction and positive mindset play crucial roles in cardiovascular health and overall longevity. Empowered individuals are not passive participants in their lives. They are active, deliberate, and mindful. Finally, empowerment through choice reinforces the broader principle that life after 60 can be vibrant, active, and fulfilling. Avoiding high-risk foods, moderating portions, maintaining regular health checkups, and making other conscious decisions are all acts of self-respect and self-preservation. Seniors who embrace these choices demonstrate that they are not defined by age, but by the deliberate steps they take to safeguard their health. Each decision builds a foundation for long-term vitality, allowing individuals to enjoy life with independence, energy, and peace of mind. In conclusion, empowerment through choice is about reclaiming control over your health and future. For those over 60, it transforms everyday decisions into tools of protection, resilience, and strength. By understanding the risks, listening to the body, and taking consistent preventive action, seniors can dramatically reduce their stroke risk, maintain independence, and live life on their own terms. Knowledge becomes action, action becomes confidence, and confidence becomes the key to a healthier, safer, and more empowered life.